End HIV 901 plan is a new initiative that is game-changing in HIV treatment and prevention. As a part of the National Ending the HIV Epidemic initiative, we have our own specific plan in Memphis to prevent new HIV transmissions and to effectively get people living with HIV to an undetectable viral load.
What does ending the HIV epidemic mean to me? That would be a dream come true. I started in this role about 4 years ago, and within about 6 months, I could see that we had a lot of different organizations in Memphis working very, very hard to end the HIV epidemic, but we weren't coalescing, we weren't all working together.
Then we don't have everybody on board and everybody knowing about what's going on and being educated about HIV and AIDS and how to end the epidemic.
Not just put an end to something that has caused so much harm and trauma over the years, but understanding the value, what we learned about this virus, and understanding the people that have been through it, but letting them know their voice is really being heard.
High prevalence and incident rate of HIV in Memphis. And higher than in most other cities around the country.
For this to be specific to Shelby County, I believe that we have to take into account the religious aspect in the area. I think for a long time we have done a lot of work that didn't always include them for one reason or another. And the goal has to be to tap into what our community has done well.
So being a part of the EHE initiative, it was a privilege. A group called ANIA, Act Now End AIDS Coalition, where it was a panel of 12 girls we met with bi-weekly to speak on their experiences with healthcare, with the community, dealing with stigma.
It's important to be intentional and create some type of gap or bridge the gap. A lot of times when funders are writing or setting these grants for us to write for grants, they aren't really asking the community what type of grants are needed.
We want to be on the map for something positive in the area of food, music, culture, but we also want to be on the map for something positive related to ending the HIV transmission and upskilling PrEP and doing things that are outside of the norm in our city to make sure that everyone has an opportunity to participate in activities that support HIV prevention, HIV treatment and care. And that's what makes us unique.
So the HIV rates here in Memphis are really driven and impacted not just by what is happening today, but what has also happened here historically. I think what we're seeing is parts of our city and our communities that are underfunded. I think we see systemic racism at work in many of the systems that we have to work with. We're seeing historic poverty that has repeated itself within the communities that we serve because opportunities weren't granted. And so when we look at the high HIV transmission rates, we can't just say it is, oh, well, people aren't using condoms while they're having sexual intercourse or some other specific reason. It is a multifaceted problem. And so we really need to look at all the different facets in order to find a solution that works, hopefully, for a lot of people.
I think it'll take people such as myself who actually have a small voice to get with people that have a bigger voice, all come together and make a louder impact on ending the HIV/AIDS epidemic.
They are our voices. They are who we're here to help. Right now they're the little guy, so no one is looking at the little guy. They're listening to us, so we have to be their voice. They talk to us and tell us what they need, and we'll be their advocate. That's what we're here for. It'll bring down that wall where we can get more accomplished.
Now and then when? How much longer should we continue to allow our fellow brothers and sisters to just suffer?
Stigma is huge in the South, in Memphis in general, and I think that's not foreign to us. So I think stigma reduction is going to be important in the community. Good information is going to be important, and not recycling old data and information that people have been hearing since the 80s. We need to understand what HIV looks like in 2020 so we can move forward and reduce the fear and the stigma of it.
We've done an amazing job of planning our work for the next 5 years to end the HIV epidemic here in Memphis. So now it is time to work the plan.
If we want to make an impact, fact, there is no time to wait. There is no time to delay.
The work has been done from different facets in our community, but the reality is there needs to be more. We want to harmonize all of our ideas, making sure that anything that we implement for EHE is going to support the community at large.
Together.
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 Together, we will end the HIV epidemic in Shelby County.
To find out more about the plan, visit endhiv901.org and follow the movement on social media.